Hi. No is better than yes? Really? Well, think about the Garden of Eden. Behind God's single no was infinite yeses. We could have lived forever and never have had to suffer in this world of war and disease and cruelty. All that behind one tiny, tiny no. Before we get started, I just want to thank you for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps with the Google algorithm. And if you enjoy them, please consider subscribing. Taurus, my 11-year-old son, cracked open the office door. "I love you, Dad." I looked up from my computer and turned my chair to face him. Fluffy blue cape fluttering behind him, he bounced into the office and climbed into my lap. "Can I have some more game time?" I bundled him up and kissed his forehead. "After your homework." "Dad!" His head lolled backwards. "You said I could play after I ate." I gave him a pained expression. "Homework always comes before game time." "Yeah, but you didn't say it." "I've been saying it every day for the last 6 months." "But you didn't say it this time." I let out a long, slow breath. "Please?" He sat up and adjusted his glasses, his eyes as blue as the Maldives. "Just a little bit more." Ugh. It was impossible to resist. Almost. I shook my head and watched the emotions wash across his face. Disappointment, anger, conniving. Because no reveals more than yes. You see, after too many hours of game time, Taurus gets a little short-tempered. He throws tantrums over the slightest frustration. I want to give him more time, but how do I know if he can handle it? I say no. How he deals with the no tells me everything about whether he can handle a yes. The Bible says that God is ready to give me the desires of my heart. But can I handle it? And how do I tell? The answer is how I navigate the areas where God tells me no in my life. Do I act with grace and perseverance, or do I crumble or become enraged? Do I continue to obey, or do I give up on God's way so I can get my own way? No's from God can feel restrictive. Thou shalt not this, thou shalt not that. At least that's what I used to think until I remember the Garden of Eden. In Genesis 2:16 and 17, God says, "Eat freely of any fruit you want, except one." I suddenly realized God's single no meant 1,000 other yeses. Those yeses include the tree of life. I mean, we could have lived forever. We could have never had to live in suffer in this world of disease and war and cruelty. All that behind one tiny, tiny no. I realized God's permissive, not restrictive, and we're pretty short-sighted. Another thing, no gives more freedom than yes. Looking back, the most hurtful things in my life and in the lives of the people that I know come from circumventing God's no for my own yeses, like success or love or respect or whatever. I finally learned that when God tells me no, as much as I think I want that thing, I don't. I think I want it because I don't know about all the pain and disappointment it comes with, and I don't know about the great destiny that I'm going to have to give up in order to get it. You see, God's no's are offset by endless yeses. It took a few years for the results to catch up with me. I didn't realize that years of no to spending meant the countless yeses of being able to retire early. I didn't understand how no's to extra sleep so that I could carve out prayer time meant yes to my sanity when I lost my multi-million-dollar business. And when my wife died, no to sex before marriage meant yes to a godly wife and a marriage so good I'm literally on my knees thanking God for it every day. We all have certain things that we know deep down we shouldn't be doing. And if you're feeling stifled by God's no, like you're going to lose something you have or not get something you want, I just want to encourage you to go with God's no anyway. Ask him for help. He'll get you there. Always remember that God's yeses are just around the corner, and I promise you, they're better yeses than you could have orchestrated yourself. I mean, don't stop bugging God to change your no's, but get on board with all your heart. Because I can tell you from experience, the resulting yeses overflow with joy and guilt-free peace and a satisfaction that there's just no words to describe. Thanks for listening.